Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Giselle. This is Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer of the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And you have some comments you sent me an email about your specific situation. So let me go ahead and take a look at it. Let me get closer where you can see me here. Okay, is that better? Okay, let's take a look at what you said. You say, my name is Giselle. I'm interested in scoring at least 90 on the TOEFL IBT test. I found your name on a website. I hope you can give me some advice. Wow, was it my website or somebody else's website? Interesting. Yeah, I wonder where you found me. So you're a biologist and you are from Colombia. All right, yes, I can help you with that. So let's talk a little bit about how you can do this. All right, so as you know, my website is called the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And you might be asking yourself, well, Michael, why do you have 7 steps? The TOEFL is only 4: reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Now, I know that. However, I also know that if you want to score high in those 4 sections, you also have to have vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar proficiency, which is why I have an additional 3 steps to help you in your TOEFL study. So let's talk about each of those steps right now. First of all, in my vocabulary step, I have 2,700 questions over 27 hours of instruction to help you learn 1,700 TOEFL words. This is my step 1. I mean, you have to agree that before you can do anything on the TOEFL, you must have vocabulary. So this is why I have vocabulary as my step 1. My second step is pronunciation. Remember that during the speaking section, you will be evaluated according to your delivery, which means you need to speak clearly. You have to have appropriate stress, you have to have good sentence rhythm, correct pausing, tone, all of those things. So in my pronunciation step, I have 50 hours of instruction. You will take 2 diagnostic pre-tests and a post-test, and you'll get feedback from a TOEFL IBT specialist who will help you see what your problems are right now with your vowels, consonants, syllable division, grammatical word endings, word stress, sentence rhythm, intonation, thought groups, and blending. So we will let you know exactly which of these areas you need to focus on to get better. And you will get feedback from one of us. I'm the founder and the owner of the website. You either hear from me or you will hear from my worker. So we have a small online TOEFL course. Each month I enroll about 200 students. Okay, the next section is grammar. Obviously, during the speaking and the writing parts of the course, you need to have a good grammar without too many errors. You have to be using a combination of basic and advanced grammar. And that's why I have grammar as my 3rd step. I will give you over 2,000 different practice questions in this step. You'll get exclusive access to a college-level editing, grammar, and writing website to help you improve in both your writing and your speaking proficiency. In the reading section, I have over 20 hours of instruction, 500 questions, all of which are computer scored. My reading section features 70 academic speed reading practice tests designed to help you improve your reading speed from 100 to 350 words a minute. In the listening section, I have 15 hours of instruction, 240 practice questions, and they're all computer scored. And my listening section features 40 academic listening practice tests to help you get used to academic English. Speaking, I have over 14 hours of instruction. You have the opportunity to complete 30 independent and 20 integrated speaking practice tests during this part of my course. Also, I have hundreds of skill-building exercises to help you improve your organization and your development for TOEFL speaking. You will also get exclusive access to my VoxyPop discussion group, and that's where you will post all of your speaking responses. So either me or my TOEFL IBT speaking and pronunciation specialist will listen to those files. And lastly, my writing is the last step. I put it last because it's really tough to organize writing. However, if you've already learned the vocabulary words in my first step, if you've practiced the grammar, the reading, and the listening areas, and you've done the speaking, you're going to have everything that you need to do well in the writing section. My writing part of my course has 40 hours of instruction. I have 10 independent and 10 integrated writing practice tests plus hundreds of skill building exercises. And with this one, you will get feedback from an IBT writing specialist, either me or my IBT worker. So how does it work? With the exception of the pronunciation, speaking, and writing parts of my course, all that you do is independent self-study. You do it on your own when you have time. Remember that once you enroll and then I subscribe you to an online course, you have immediate access to all 330 lessons in my 7 steps. So you can study those areas when you want, whenever you want, for as long as you want. And then with the pronunciation, speaking, and writing areas, that's where you get feedback from me or my worker. And what we do is when you complete the pronunciation, speaking, or writing practice test, we'll give you some feedback, including a score. We'll tell you why. We'll even recommend specific lessons that you can focus on to get better. So I think improving in the pronunciation, speaking, and writing areas of my course, it's a combination of going through my lessons and learning and studying the information, and then completing the actual practice test, and then getting feedback from us, and then based on our recommendations, reviewing some things, and then coming back and completing another practice test. So little by little, you will get better. Now, I'm not going to promise you the world. You might have taken other TOEFL courses that say I can help you get 50 points in a month. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say anything like that. But you can probably expect an improvement of about 5 to 10 points per month of using my service. Now remember, improving depends on you studying. It depends on you completing the practice test, following our recommendations, coming back and taking another one. If you work hard, we will work hard. If you go through my online TOEFL course, you will get better, right? You will be able to reach your goals. Now, the one thing I cannot say is how long it will take you to reach your goal, because I don't know what your existing TOEFL score is, or I don't even know if you have taken the TOEFL test before. But like I said, you can expect about 5 to 10 points each month of using my service. So let's say that your TOEFL score right now is 70 out of 120. Now what that would mean is it'll probably take you approximately 2 to 3 months of using my service before you will get the results that you seek. Now, if you do use my service for 3 months, here's my suggestion. For month 1, I recommend that you study, Giselle, the vocabulary, pronunciation, and the grammar sections of my course. That's for month 1. Month 2, I recommend that you study the reading and the listening sections of my course. And then for month 3, you can focus on the speaking and writing parts of my course. So if you go through my course, it is a lot of information, but don't forget what a Chinese philosopher once said many years ago. He said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And that's what you have to do. You have to subscribe to my online course, take the first step by studying my vocabulary. It's going to be tough. The first 3 parts of my course are the most difficult. The vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar areas. But this is called the groundwork or the foundation. If you don't have the proficiency in these 3 areas, it's going to make it harder for you to do well in the 4 sections of the test. All right? Anyway, Giselle, thank you very much for contacting me, and all the best to your high-scoring TOEFL success.